This is a Brother MFC-L2750DW printer, and in today's video we're going to be going over some of the paper feed and mispick issues that this printer has, and that's probably why you're here, is because you need to find a solution to fix that problem. So this fix will apply to similar printer models, which will include MFC-2750, MFC-2730, MFC-2770, and a much larger list of printer models that are similar to this one right here. Okay, so first of all, we're going to cover the main tray pickup issues. If you're trying to print something or copy and it's not picking up the paper, the printer keeps on telling you that there's no paper in the tray. We're going to fix that. I'll show you where to look for that problem. Then we have the document feeder, which is up here. If you're trying to make a copy or scan documents in and it's not taking the paper, I'll show you how to get rid of that problem and fix that. Then we have Duplexer. That's when you're making a double-sided copy or a double-sided print and you're having a jam in the middle of that. And also we have this paper exit area, paper output tray, which is this one right here. We're going to cover that if it keeps on jamming at the exit or crumpling up paper. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and let's get right to it. Starting with the main paper tray. This is where the paper is located. First of all, make sure you have the correct paper in here and that everything is set properly. So let me go ahead and remove this paper so we can see here. If you're trying to make a letter-sized print, which is the standard paper size, make sure this is set to letter. So right here, and if you load paper and push this tab in, you should be right at it. So this fits the 8.5 by 11 paper. If you have legal paper, you're going to extend it over here and so on. So the paper is picked up in the front. We have this separator pad on the tray itself, and we have a roller right under here. Usually the problem is with the roller or separator pad, but also how the Brother trays work is this gear mechanism right here picks up the paper. It picks up this flap over here. So you can see if I move this gear, it picks it up. So it kind of throws the paper up into the roller. Hopefully the problem is not with this flap, because it's a little bit more difficult to fix that issue. But if your mechanism works just fine, then you're good. Let's move on to the separator pad and the pickup roller. So this is the separator pad that usually needs to be cleaned if you're getting more than one paper fed through rather than just one at a time. And this is where you would clean this. You can use warm water on a paper towel. Do not put any solution or water in here, but I also use alcohol swab, and that removes any built up paper dust and does it very well. Some people are against it, saying that it'll ruin the rubber. If you're afraid to do that, go ahead and use just some warm water or another more gentle solution. But that usually works, just rubbing it with either a lint-free cloth or paper towel, and it works very well. I use alcohol swab in most of these cases and just rub it back and forth. You'll see accumulating dirt right here, and that means you're cleaning it. So go ahead and clean it and let it dry before you put paper in there. Now moving on to the paper pickup roller. It is located right over here. There are two rollers, very easy to access, and you go ahead and clean those. Usually they're not broken, it's just that it accumulates paper dust and you just need to clean that. So it's, like I said, very easy to access from here, and you basically use the same solution or whatever you're using on cleaning those. So here they are, and you can just go in the right to left motion and just spin a little bit and then keep on going. So I'm not very smart by touching this with my hands, but you just don't want to leave any oils on there. But anyway, use gloves or just clean it with a rag, and that usually does the trick of picking up paper from the main tray. After you've done it, just make sure you load the paper properly into the tray and put the tray back in. Let the rollers dry before you start printing anything. And let's move on to our other solutions that may be helpful for you in the future if this was the problem with your printer. Moving on to the document feeder tray. This lifts right here. The cover lifts just easily like that. You can see I have dust in here. You can use a compressed air can or just wipe it clean and just get rid of that. And we have a few rollers in here also. This first roller picks up the paper and slides it into the feeder, and this roller keeps on pushing the paper into these slots here and feeds the original document through. So if you have paper that's being stuck here, clean this roller with the same motion and same solution that you would use for other rollers on the printer. And we have two over here. So there's one right there and another right under this side. So it's a little bit harder to see, but it's right over here. And then also check for any obstruction that could be here. You can have a pin, you can have a pen, you can have a paper clip or anything like that that could be in your way in this area or this section here. The paper goes on to this side right here, and it flows right over this white strip and in there. So also, if you have jams in here, you definitely want to check this area under this document output tray. So right under this tray, we have two exit rollers that may also be need to cleaned. And this area is a good place for anything to just drop. For example, you left a pen over here on this side of the printer and it just rolls in here. Later, when you're trying to scan something or make a copy of using the document feeder, it'll be just in the way and it'll just jam the paper over there. So just check this area, make sure there's nothing here that could be in the way. Let's move on to the back of the printer. That's where we have the duplexer. Also, the fuser is over here. But if you have jams in the fuser unit, a lot of times that means that you need to change the rollers on the fuser, which is a different, different fix. It involves either replacing the fuser, the whole thing, or just replacing the two rollers on it, which is also doable, and I have that covered in another video for this printer and similar ones. So we'll skip that part. But if you have jams in here, there's a good chance that you need to replace the fuser rollers or the fuser itself. So what it does is first it'll stop burning the toner onto the paper. So when you remove anything printed, you wipe your hand on the paper, and if it smears, that means this fuser is not working properly. That's one way to check it. And another way, if it crumples up in here, that means the pressure roller is not doing its job and it's letting the paper skip on it. It's not cleanable. It needs to be just replaced. So that's another scenario. That usually happens after about 50,000 or 60,000 pages. Sometimes it doesn't until about 100,000 pages. These are really good printers. So we have a duplexer unit on this printer. Comes out easily just like that. If your paper is getting jammed in here, there are rollers. One is right here. You can also clean that. You can see how easy it is to access. You can just spin that. And when you spin this roller, this one spins as well. So I'm spinning that one. This one spins over here. So it's interlocking mechanism. And you can clean those rollers to avoid any jams in here. Also, make sure you let the rollers dry before you print anything or send a job through. And that's usually for anything that you're trying to print on both sides automatically, or use the automatic duplex printer printing function on this printer. That's when it'll happen. And finally, the exit area of the printer, or the paper output tray area, which is located over here. It's easy to access when you lift the top cover, and it's right over here. So there are a few rubber rollers on this main rod right here. We have these flaps that sometimes break off. So if it's slightly out of the place, it might catch paper and have it crumple up in here. There's one on the left and one on the right side. And I believe there's 4 rubber rollers. So they go over the plastic. These are the plastic rollers, and this is the rubber roller. So this rod has 4 of them, starting with this left side, and then it goes to that. The way that I clean these, I turn the printer on, and that's probably the easiest way of doing it. The only thing you have to be very careful not to let anything get caught inside of these rollers. So what I'll do is I'll turn the printer on, and when it turns on, the rollers will start spinning for about like maybe 5 seconds, and I'll just hold the alcohol swab right over it. Also a good idea to use like needle nose pliers to hold the cloth, or like in my case it's this swab, and then it cleaned that roller right there. And every time you open and close the front cover, it'll start spinning again. So I'll just clean the next roller, and so on. My printer only has about 5,000 pages printed, so it's really not, I'd call it almost new. So there hasn't been enough paper dust accumulated on it, or the toner dust that just adheres with time. And you can imagine thousands of pages going through, and with time it'll just accumulate. So when you're going to be cleaning these, you'll see black stripes on here. That means that basically tells you that you are cleaning the rollers. So we have a roller right here, and same process. I'll open this front cover, close it, and then put the roller right over, put the swab right over the roller, and let that clean. So hopefully that was something that you didn't, see there's some still on here that it picked up. But anyway, it's very doable. It's not that hard to maintain your printer. These printers are amazing. They last for a very long time. It's just these little things that sometimes have consumers get rid of their printers. There's a jam, constant jam, and you just go to the store and get a new one, but you basically get rid of a perfectly fine and a great printer that doesn't require you to subscribe to anything or any of that modern stuff that really ticks everybody off. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and have yourself a great day.